last lecture, Shashikumar sir has already explained how to construct the velocity diagram, configuration diagram. With respect to configuration diagram, how to construct the velocity diagram, everything sir has already explained. In this, I'll just take a new question and let me solve this problem. So here they are given an IC engine mechanism. They are given the figure in which crank AB, this is the crank AB that is rotating at 600 rpm. The length of this crank is 0.5 meter. From this point to this point AB, that length is 0.5 meter. The connecting rod is 2 meter. That is from P to B. This is a connecting rod. That connecting rod is having a 2 meter length. When the crank is turned 45 degree, so the position of the crank at this point is 45 degree from inner dead center. This is IDC, inner dead center, to the outer dead center. You need to find the velocity of piston P because they are given the speed of the crank. You don't know the velocity of the piston. They are not mentioned anywhere. That is what you need to find out, the velocity of piston P. Angular velocity of connecting rod BP, this BP. Angular velocity of this, that is omega BP, you need to find out. Velocity of point D on the connecting rod, that is on this connecting rod, which is at a distance of 0.5 meter from B. So from B, if I measure 0.5 meter, at this particular point, what is the velocity? So this is a question they asked, and this is a figure they are given. What you need to do initially, before you construct the configuration diagram or velocity diagram, first let me calculate the velocity, because for constructing the velocity diagram, at least one velocity you must know. They are not given any velocity here. For crank also they are given the speed, that is n, 600 rpm. So what I must do, if I have a speed, I can calculate angular velocity, that is omega AB, because crank is AB. So omega AB is equal to 2 pi n AB divided by 60, 2 pi n by 60. The speed of crank is 600 they have mentioned. So with respect to this, I'll get the angular velocity of the crank. But I need the velocity, the linear velocity I need for the velocity construction. So what I'll do, by using this, velocity is equal to R into omega. Velocity is equal to R into omega. R is nothing but the length of the crank in this. So you are finding out the velocity, that is VBA or VAB, is equal to BA. BA is nothing but this distance right now. R is nothing but this distance, the crank distance. So BA into omega BA, R into omega. R is nothing but BA. R is nothing but it is a crank length, so that is BA or AB. Omega, that is the crank angular velocity. So omega BA I have mentioned. BA, the crank length I have mentioned, it is 0.5 meter. Whenever you are substituting, you keep it in meter only. Omega BA is 62.831. You have got in the, while using when you are using the formula 2 pi n by 60, you got 62.831. So after using that formula, I have got the velocity at B or velocity of BA, velocity of B with respect to A. Since it is absolute, I can just mention that it is VB. VB and VBA both are same. So that is 31.415 meter per second. That is the velocity you have got. Okay, this is the initial step. First calculate the velocity and keep it. Now I'll start constructing the diagram. For constructing the velocity diagram, before you construct that, you must first draw the configuration diagram. So what is configuration diagram? Whatever the diagram they are given here, the same diagram you must draw. The similar diagram you must draw, but according to the dimension. With a proper dimension, you must construct it. Manually, when you are doing it, you should construct it properly with the proper dimensions. Here in this, I'm just showing in a SolidWorks software, but you have to do it manually in the examination. So what is the crank length they are given? The crank length is 0.5 meter. So when you are doing manually, you use a scale that is in centimeter. So let me just convert that into centimeter. That is 500 centimeter. So since it is 500 centimeter, you cannot draw it in a normal sheet what you are having. So for that purpose, we need to take scale. Remember, I'm just mentioning in terms of centimeter because while you are drawing, since you use a normal scale, in that every dimensions are mentioned in centimeter. While constructing the diagram, only in that case you keep all the values in centimeter. Okay. So the crank I'm going to construct first, but for the crank they are given 0.5 meter. If I convert that into centimeter, that is 500 centimeter. It is too long. So for that purpose, I'll take a scale. You can take your own scale according to your convenience. I'm taking like 0.25 meter is equal to 1 centimeter. So 0.25 meter I'll consider as 1 centimeter. Okay. So since the crank length is zero point 0.5 meter, zero point 0.5 meter becomes 2 centimeter. Right now that is a scale. So remember, you are constructing 2 centimeter manually, but in this case, it is asking in mm, so I'm giving 20. But in your uh, in your diagram, you are using the 2 centimeter value. Do not worry about the angle I'm giving here because from this line to this, it should be 45. So I'm giving 135 there. Anyways, when you are constructing manually, you will not have any that problem. So you just keep the protractor line here. With respect to this line, you will measure like this 45 degree. Right now, this is the crank length. Let me just consider a center line. Now I'll just show the angle between these two lines. It will be 45 degree. Okay. You just have to construct this 45-degree line. This crank length that is 0.5 meter, but I'm taking in a scale that is 0.25 meter as 1 centimeter. So 0.5 meter as 2 centimeter. So 2 centimeter I have taken here. Then the connecting rod is 2 meter they are mentioned. Right now, again, according to the scale, it will be 8 centimeter. According to the scale, it will be 8 centimeter. So since I'm giving in in this, now I'm giving 80. But when you are doing, you just have to with a compass, you just have to measure 8 centimeter in your scale. Okay, of course, it doesn't. They're not given the angle for this, but we know that the end of this should reach this point, this line. So I'm just connecting there. You just measure 8 centimeter from this particular point, from this center. You just cut an arc till it reaches the line. Then that is the point. From that point to this point, you can draw a line. Okay, so connecting rod you are drawn. Okay, simply I made it with a less thickness. This is a crank and this is a connecting rod. So the complete diagram is over. Now I'll just draw according to this. Whatever the diagram is there, I'll just copy the same thing. So at this particular point, there is a piston. Before I construct that, I'll just mention the points. I just mentioned the point here. Now at this particular point, there is a piston. So I'll draw that piston. The rectangle I'll draw. Okay, I marked all the points except D point. D point they are given that from B it is 0.5 meter. Again, you should use a scale and you should do it. Again, 0.5 meter is nothing but 2 centimeter. I'm giving in mm there, so 20. Now, in this, the configuration diagram is over. Now, after this, after the configuration diagram, you must construct the velocity diagram. So, for constructing the velocity diagram, very important point is that you must draw the line corresponding to configuration diagram. Whatever the velocity line you are drawing, that must be perpendicular to the corresponding line in the configuration diagram. For suppose you are constructing a velocity line of crank, and that velocity line must be perpendicular to the crank line in the configuration diagram. This is a very important thing. So to construct a velocity diagram, you must know magnitude and direction. Both you must know. Direction, anyways, all the time you will know because that is always perpendicular to the configuration diagram. But the magnitude, you must get it with respect to by using this formula. You got like 31.415. This is the velocity of crank. So first, let me construct a crank velocity line. So before you construct that, you must know how this crank is moving. According to the diagram what they are given, this crank is rotating in clockwise. So the velocity line also should be in this direction. Since it is moving in this direction, the velocity line of this crank also should be in this direction. Okay. So I'll take a line anywhere in the space you can construct it according to your convenience. Anywhere in the space you can construct it. In the previous lecture, Shashikumar sir has explained how to construct the velocity diagram by using the scale and the set square such that you can get the perpendicular lines. So somewhere at this particular point, I'll start and I'll draw a line. What is this line? This is the crank velocity line. Velocity of the crank is how much? 31.415. Again, I'll take a scale. According to my convenience, I'll take a scale. So according to my convenience, I have taken this scale, that is 6 meter per second. I'll take it as 1 centimeter. So they are given 31.415. If I convert that into a scale, I have got around 5.235 centimeter. Of course, you can just round it up. Now I have got 5.235 as a centimeter. So I'll start constructing that line. This line is the crank velocity line, and this crank velocity line must be perpendicular to the crank line in the configuration diagram. So 5.235 is a centimeter, but I'm giving in mm there. So 5.52.35. I'm taking the actual value, but you can round it off. So since this line is perpendicular to this, first let me construct some more. I'll just show the dimension of this. It is 52.35, but it is 5.235 centimeter. According to you, it is 5.235 centimeter. But this line must be perpendicular to this. I simply drawn this. Now I'll make this line perpendicular to this. Now this line is perpendicular to this. But how you have to construct? You have to use both the set square and the scale. With respect to that, you can get the perpendicular line. That is explained in the previous lecture by Shashikumar sir. So now let me mention the points here. This is the crank line. No? I started from here. This is A. What sir has explained in the previous lecture, the velocity line must be mentioned by a small letter. In the configuration diagram, it must be mentioned by a capital letters. So this is A to B, but I'll mention by small letters A and B. That's all. One velocity line is over. Now the next one is this, that is connecting rod. After B, this is P. D point I'll explain you later. A to B is over. B to P, that is connecting rod velocity. But for this, you do not know the magnitude. They are not given any speed for this or any velocity for this. So you don't know the magnitude. But only thing which you know is direction. Because for constructing the velocity, you must know the magnitude and direction. So if you don't know magnitude, at least you know the direction of this, because it is always perpendicular. The velocity line must be perpendicular to the configuration diagram. So I'll just take a line from this particular point. I'll draw a line, but this line must be perpendicular to this. How long I should draw, I don't know. Okay, so I'll simply draw like this, but I'll make sure this line is perpendicular to the connecting rod. Now, connecting rod is over. Next velocity is with respect to the piston. So how we should construct the piston velocity line? See, this is a point. From this particular point, you must draw one line like this. Okay, this is the ground. Okay, let me consider this is the ground. So this is the ground. From this particular point to the ground, you must draw a line. This is the actual line of the piston. Okay. Generally, what I must do, I must construct a line diagram. This is a piston. I have just drawn the rectangular diagram, right? The line diagram of this piston is like, from the center point, if you draw a line till it reaches the ground point, a straight vertical line, that is the piston line. Okay. So always it must be perpendicular. The velocity line must be always perpendicular to the line diagram of object. So I'll take a line now. From A to P, I must draw a line. So it is a vertical line. A to P will be horizontal line, such that it will be perpendicular to this line. Right now, so this is a connecting rod. You have drawn the connecting rod perpendicular to this connecting rod. The connecting rod velocity is perpendicular to the connecting rod. Same way, now you are constructing A to P. A to P is about the piston velocity. So the piston velocity, again, when you are constructing from A, this line is a piston line now. That piston line is perpendicular to the piston line velocity is perpendicular to the piston line in the configuration diagram. That piston line is vertical, so I am constructing the perpendicular line here, that is horizontal. So now where this meets now, that is the point of P. So I'll just mention this point as P. Small letter I must mention. So B to P is the connecting rod velocity. So I'll just show the dimension here, 37.61. And this dimension A to P is the piston velocity, that is 43.67. Here I have shown all the directions. This is the velocity of crank, and this is the velocity of connecting rod, and this is the velocity of piston. So VP, VBA, VPP I have mentioned. And I have shown all the dimensions. This I already know that it is 31.415. Now to find out the velocity of this, because this is not the velocity, it is the scale. It is the dimension what you have got from V to P. You should convert this scale back to velocity. What you did to draw this is, you converted velocity to the scale value. Same way, to find out the velocity now, we should convert the scale value to the velocity. So here I converted to velocity. This is 37.67 mm I got. So you will get like 3.7. Approximately you can take the value. Like obviously you won't get this much accurate value in your manual diagram. You can approximate it to 3.7 or 3.8. So for that I got the velocity 22.5. So this is the velocity of this BP, that is connecting rod. Same way for the piston, I got 4.367 centimeter. You you may approximate to 4.4. You may get around 4.4 centimeter. So for 4.4 centimeter, the velocity is this. When I convert this into this, because I'll multiply by the scale value, that is 6 meter per second. If I multiply by that, I'll get 26.2. This is the velocity of piston. So what they asked, velocity of piston P, I have found out, that is here 26.2. The second one is angular velocity of connecting rod they asked. It is not the velocity they asked for angular velocity. But in this case, I have got the velocity of connecting rod. So what is the angular velocity? Again, the linear velocity is equal to r into omega. R is nothing but the length of the corresponding line. So in this, I am finding out for the connecting rod. So R is nothing but length of connecting rod, that is PB into omega. So this velocity I got 22.5. I have substituted that. PB is nothing but the length of the connecting rod, that is 2 meter. Right now, length of the connecting rod is 2 meter. 2 into omega PB. So that is how I get omega PB or omega BP as 11.25 radian per second. So by this, I have calculated the second question as well. Now what is the third question? The velocity of point D on the connecting rod, which is at a distance of 0.5 meter from B. So from this point to this point, it is 0.5 meter. So where you get this D point? In between B and P. So anywhere on the connecting rod, right now. In the configuration diagram, it is exactly at 0.5 from the B. But in the velocity line, of course, anywhere in between the BP, I get the D. But where exactly, I do not know. So let me just take some point as D. Okay, somewhere here you have a point D. Somewhere here you have a point D, but where exactly, I do not know. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just take the ratio between the BP and BD and the corresponding ratio between the BP and BD in the velocity line. The ratio between BP and BD in the configuration diagram to the corresponding ratio, that is BP divided by BD in the velocity line. If I equate that, I'll get this BD distance in the velocity line that I have shown here. Look at this. BP is the connecting rod length divided by BD from B point to D. The corresponding ratio, small letter, indicates it is a velocity lines. So corresponding lines in the velocity line, that is BP by BD. What you do not know is BD. So BD, for BD you get the formula. You just take this BD this side and these remaining values to the other side. That way BD becomes capital BD divided by capital BP into small bp. What is capital BD? From B point to D. From B point to D, that is 0.5 meter, they only have given. So you can directly take 0.5 meter divided by BP is nothing but the connecting rod length, that is 2 meter, into BP. It is a small BP, that is the velocity line. So check it in the velocity line. From B point to P, how much you got? 3.761. So I just approximated it, that is 3.7. You have got around 0.925 centimeter. So from B to D, it is 0.925 centimeter. So what I'll do, I'll take a curve. You take a compass, you measure 0.925 centimeter. Right now, you directly measure 0.925 centimeter. That means 0.9 centimeter. You can approximate to 0.9 centimeter. So I'll just cut an arc. Here I'm giving in mm, so 9.25 I'm giving. Right now, I'll just cut an arc till it reaches the point on the BP. So that point is D. Fine. Now I'll take a line from this particular point. I'll draw a line till it reaches D. Now, whatever the measurement is there for this line, that is the velocity of T. So now let me measure this dimension. I'll take small dimension, I'll check it. I've got 47.68 mm, that is 4.768 centimeter. What you get is 4.768. It is approximated to 4.8. So you will get around 4.8 centimeter. The distance from A to D is 4.8 centimeter. So this is just a distance. You should convert that into the velocity. So 4.8 centimeter into I multiplied by the scale value, that is 6. That is what the scale value I have taken. I have got the velocity as 28.8 meter per second. So by this, I have got the answer even for this question. So that's all. This is the final answer. So these are the step-by-step procedure we have explained. The same thing you must follow for any problems. Here we have explained only for the velocity. In the next lectures, we'll explain you the acceleration diagram as well. Thank you.